Hello and welcome to the next episode of No Cuts. Today we have somebody who is an entrepreneur behind Played It Plan and Cherry Bomb, and also who is a mother to a 1.5-year-old Naira, who we obviously know because of her Instagram.
Yeah.
Please welcome Sasha Chhetri.
Thank you so much, Suhani.
You're welcome. Sasha, so before we start talking about motherhood, I want you to talk about Cherry Bomb and Played It Plan.
Okay, so these are two things that both resonate a lot with me. So Cherry Bomb is a sustainable clothing brand that I have with a partner, Akam, and she and I had the thought of creating clothes that we would wear. So like every single piece that we create is something that we would 100% wear. And then the other thought we had was we want this to be sustainable, because it doesn't make sense to do something that is not today. So we basically buy fabric, used fabric or old fabric or fabric that's going to be discarded, and then we upcycle it, we treat it, and then that's how we produce our products. It's something that is really a passion project for both of us, and the designs are fun. It's kind of like what we would wear mostly on vacation, because that's the kind of vibe that we both like.
But there were, if I take this brand like 5 years back, if I rewind it, then there weren't many sustainable fashion, like sustainable fashion wasn't present there in the market 5 years back, but now there are so many brands like Doodlage and so who do like recycled products. So is that a competition to you, or how is it?
I don't think so. Collaboration over competition every single time. Like, I want to say it again, collaboration over competition. It's 2020. It does not make sense to say this is my competitor, that is my competitor. We're all trying to make the world a better place, and that's really where we come from.
And I feel there is place for everybody in the market.
100%. There's place for everyone. I wear Doodlage. I love their stuff. Their aesthetic is their aesthetic. Our aesthetic is our aesthetic. We can have both of them in our wardrobe. So I really don't think of any brand as a competitor. I think we're all here doing the best we can, and we should support one another.
Great thought. And if you want to talk about Played It Plan, which is for children.
Yes. So Played It Plan is another really, really dear to my heart activity. It's gone through many avatars, so I'm kind of like trying to find the right words to explain what it is today. But essentially, this is also in partnership with two wonderful women. They're also moms. Their kids are the same age as Naira, and what we really want to do is we want to support women, support men, support families, just figure out how to be there for every mom, every kid. Just change the way families are supported in India. That's really the kind of vision that we have, and we're doing it bit by bit.
So how do you guys plan? Like, you come together under one roof, and then what do you guys do?
Okay, so we have like a bunch of things that we do. We do meetups, and we're going to start workshops now. So things like first aid workshops. It could be for the mom, the primary caregiver, but just things that we should know when around a baby, a toddler, things like that. We're also going to be doing a lot of holistic healing workshops, because these are things that I feel young moms really need, and it's what I really needed too.
So it's going to be for the mothers and for the children both.
Mother, child, father. It's really for the family system.
The father also, which is also really important.
100%.
Yeah, because I know some people who think that raising a child is a mother's duty and not a father's. I have such people around. So what do you have to say about that? Is that your answer? Laughter is your answer?
Yeah, that's my answer. Yes. That needs to change, people. But that needs to change.
But it can't change overnight. The process is going to be slow, right?
The process is going to be slow. It's also, what I really want to highlight here is that this thought is a disservice to our partners. This thought is a disservice to the fathers out there, because I think a lot of millennial fathers are very, very involved.
Yes.
They're very involved from day one, from pregnancy time. They're doing the research, they're trying to figure things out. You know, they're the ones, well, they're trying to figure out how they can be hands-on. Right? So this is a group of people who really want to be a part of their child's life, but have never been taught how to be a part of a young baby's life. And they also don't have the support in place for them to talk about their feelings or how they can connect, or because the mom and the baby connect is something that is talked about a lot and also supported in our society. You know, so this is a group of individuals that we really also want to focus on. We have our partners who have been very, very supportive. They're willing to share. So definitely we're focusing on fathers.
I feel everybody should be blessed with a partner, you know, who takes equal or like maybe more, you know, he's just more involved in the whole parenthood field.
It's the thing about partnership is that they have to be real partners. You know, it's not about being a husband, being a boyfriend, it's about being a partner, which means you're 50-50, not just in parenting, in the home space, in the workspace. You lean in for your partner at home if she is working extra long hours. So you know, build in that buffer. You go into the kitchen to help out so that your partner can achieve XYZ other things too, and both have to lean in that way. Right? So partnership is something that we believe in, that Playdate Plan believes in, that we promote, we talk about. We believe in open communication. That's something we're really trying to share also, just via our own stories. So we try not to filter our own stories, so that we're consciously sharing things we went through. You know, so I feel it does resonate, because then we have a lot of young couples who reach out to us and they say, this is something I really resonate with. This happened to me. How do I get more involved? I know that a lot of men that my husband meet have also discussed feeling disconnected with their baby, and how they can kind of bond, what are the ways. So these conversations have to be had,
I think my husband and I would love to be a part of it when we become parents.
Yes, you must.
We will.
Yes.
Okay, so as far as, you know, the breastfeeding is concerned, how long did you breastfeed Naira? Though she's 1.5 years now, are you still doing it?
Yes, so she's 17 months and we are still breastfeeding.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Which is great.
It's great.
So how long can you do it?
Look, listen, there are really no rules. It's really up to you. It's personal choice. You can well, there is a school of thought that says you breastfeed until the baby themselves say, okay, mama, I'm done. You know, so that's the kind of a journey you can do. You can also say, okay, you know, train them to wean off the breast in a gentle way. So that's also something you can do. It's up to you. What works for you, what works for your family, what works for you and your baby. That's what every mom should do.
Whenever I talk to like a mother, I feel that parenting is so personal. Everybody has a different outlook or like a different experience towards how they've, you know, raised a child.
Absolutely.
But you make it look very, very easy.
Thank you. That's really sweet. It's not easy. I think I'm privileged to have a strong support system. I am also very privileged to have a partner who is very vocal, and we have been very conscious about voicing the way we want to parent. We have been very conscious about keeping in communication about how we want to raise our daughter. And when we are aligned, it is very easy then for us to align the external support system, so the caregivers, grandparents, you know, because we decided to kind of always maintain a open communication channel when it comes to our parenting our daughter. So I think that has helped us trickle our thoughts onto our secondary
Yeah.
support system.
So I feel that, you know, conversations and just like conversations help you build, like, plan your future in a better way, or just to like raise your kid in a better way.
Yes, I really believe that. I think
Even the relationship gets better when you like
Yes.
talk to each other. Like,
absolutely. You know, there are two things here that I will 100% vouch for. One is research. I think knowledge goes a long way in being better prepared and being more confident parents, especially if you're a first-time parent, you know. Go to all the workshops, read up as much as you can. It really helps. It's like anything else in life. The more you know about something, the more confident you are on that topic. It's the same principle, right? So do the research. And then number 3 is be open. Have a open communication channel with everybody that will be supporting your parenting journey. I think that's very, very important.
but what if, like, you know, a grandparent says they're on a different page and you are on a different page? Somebody's saying, oh, let her not go outside and play, and you will be like, let her explore nature, you know, let her be around nature.
Yeah.
You'll be like, no, don't touch this, don't touch that.
Yeah.
Then how do you create a balance? Who you know, who is she supposed to listen to?
Right. So this happens all the time,
Yeah.
and especially in the traditional Indian family where we are all living together, this would be like very, very common. I think it happens here very often. One of the biggest things I used to face is food, right? So I was very conscious about the kind of food I was giving Naira. No sugar, no salt, things like that. Very, well, I tried to give her as much organic food as I could, but then she'd go downstairs and be treats. Right, so it'd be cookies and chocolates and things like that. So I did go up and down the house, kind of just being like, please don't, please don't, please don't. But at some point, I think you just have to pick your battles.
Yeah.
You know, you just have to be like, okay, is this the most important thing I can focus on right now?
No.
In building my relationship with Naira's grandparents and in building their relationship, or are there other ways in which I can align them to my style of parenting? Right? So instead of focusing on don't do this or don't do that, we can focus on what we consider. Wait, let me put this in. I think I prefer to focus on conversation on how I would like to parent Naira. So if I talk enough or if I align them into our chosen style of parenting, then a lot of these issues automatically get resolved. So then they know that, okay, unhealthy food is not a part of their parenting journey. You know? So instead of coming in being like, no, 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 it's like, hey, this is what I think, or hey, this is what I learned, this is what I'm trying to follow, this is what we are trying to follow. So it's just that kind of ongoing conversation. Never a hard stop. Just keep aligning, keep having that conversation, keep
like
being honest.
Talking, I feel, is so important in every relationship you have. Okay, so now that we mentioned, you know, grandparents, I had this question pop in my mind, which was, would there ever be a point where you would want to go on a vacation and you would want to leave Naira, you know, with your in-laws or your parents? And because there because there are parents, you know, who don't like to take children along with them on vacations. They'll be like, you know, this is a headache for us.
Of course, I can understand that.
You also need breaks, right?
Of course.
So then, is it a valid question for you? Like, would you like to, you know, go ahead with the plan of just you and your husband, or a group of friends?
Yeah, I'd love to. I'd love to. I think there's nothing wrong in doing that, if that's what you're asking. I think there's nothing wrong in doing that. Again, I think it's at that time how you're feeling, where you're placed, where your support system is placed, how confident you are, all of those things. And I really feel like each parent knows the best way for themselves and the best way for their kids. So this is it's fine. It is
Again,
absolutely,
like parenting is personal.
yeah,
It all
it is an
comes down to the
individual
fact
call.
that parenting is personal.
Absolutely, it is an individual call. If you ask me, yeah, I will definitely do it. I don't know when because I'm still very attached to Naira. So, but yeah, I'm all for it.
Okay, great. So Sasha, I saw it on Instagram that you started reading to Naira when she was 3 months old.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't think my mother ever read to me when I was a toddler. But I, keep seeing on Instagram that all these new young moms
Yeah.
are reading out to their toddlers. How is it, helpful to the child? Because I'm sure like they can't understand anything.
So it's actually part of building routine. So a lot of the research, if you do about bedtime or building routines before sleeping, reading is part of that routine because it kind of is it's a signal, it's a nice signal for baby that okay, it's time to wind down. It's time to kind of like get in bed, have a little reading session, and then we're gonna go to sleep. So babies like to know what's going to happen next. So it's kind of building routine. So reading, it's not like you start reading to them and then they're listening to you or they start reading. Of course not. At 3 months, 6,
They can't understand.
yeah, it's no. So, but what they do know is that it is a happy time. So what they can associate reading with is excitement, happiness, the feeling of contentment, that it's my bonding time with mama, papa, things like that. So that's what you foster at 3 months. So if anyone's reading to their kid at 3 months, it's fostering that sense of happiness and contentment during that period. So that's kind of what it is. And then slowly, as they get older, their motor skills improve, then they actually start reading. So then they start enjoying, they start copying, and Naira loves reading. So now she reads like anytime, any day. So now she'll pick up her books, because it's like her happy time.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. This is a personal question that I'm asking, but on a public platform. So please excuse me for that. Have you ever hit Naira? Maybe, when she's, arguing over something, but she wants the thing so badly and you're like, no, I can't give it to you. Have you ever had have you ever hit her?
No.
You have.
So, no. That's not part of our parenting style. It's not something we believe in at all. The action of hitting is something we can unlearn. 100%. Our actions when we are frustrated, angry, humiliated, things like that, we can unlearn those so that we teach our children healthier reactions. So that's it's a process. It's a process.
Hard, but it's possible.
hard. It's possible. You have to keep working on yourself, and you have to keep learning, keep yourself open.
What if somebody else in the family hits your child? What do you do then?
This is a great question. Well, I would not stand for it, honestly. I think hitting children is just not okay. I think hitting is not okay. It's not about hitting kids or hitting this or hitting that. Hitting people is not okay. Raising your hands, violence is not okay. So I don't think I would be okay with anybody raising their hands on my child, their child. Violence is not okay. You should not be raising your hands against anybody.
Practice what Gandhi said. Alright, so the last question will be, in your recent post on Instagram, you said that you don't feel guilty when you go to work because you're a full-time working mom. You said you don't feel guilty about going to work. I'm sure but there is some part of you which, feels I'm going to leave my daughter behind and I'm going to work. I mean, there has to be a supporting member of the family behind to take care of Naira. You just can't leave her with stuff. Yeah. So who takes care of Naira when you're, working? And I mean, how do you tame your mind to, just leave your child like that? Because I feel that mothers are obviously more attached to the kid because they've given life to them.
Yes.
So
I think, well, listen, all parents are attached to their children. I think that going back to work also comes under personal choice for me. There are a lot of factors involved, like you said, support system, the individual concerned, the circumstances, economic circumstances, or there's so many factors and that go into making any kind of decision. Going back to work is also a personal choice, and I made that choice because at that time it was the right thing for me to do for my family. And when I say I don't feel guilt, you're not the first person. Actually, a lot of people ask me about this. They're like, but listen, you must feel guilty. You leave Naira. And the thing is that I go back to something I came into contact with when I was pregnant and doing a lot of research, is this thing called the feelings wheel. So what the feelings wheel is, it is your primary feelings like anger, sad, joyfulness, peacefulness, things like that, and then it breaks down each feeling into multiple feelings and then further breaks it down into more feelings. Yeah, it's very cool actually. So then what that helps you to do is genuinely unpack the emotion that you're feeling, right? Because sometimes we're like, oh, I'm really angry, right? So you're driving and then you almost had like an accident, and then you get really angry with the person or with whoever it was, that thing. But actually what you are is scared. In that moment, actually what you are is scared. Anger is a secondary emotion. Right? So if a person actually unpacks each feeling bit by bit, it's a lot easier to identify how you're feeling. So
what do you call this?
The feelings wheel. Feelings wheel.
I'm going to read more about it. This
it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So then what happens is, because I kind of practice unpacking, when I leave Naira and I go, yes, I do feel sad. I feel a sense of FOMO that, oh my goodness, I'm gonna miss bedtime, bath time, whatever. I definitely feel I don't know what else do I feel. So I do have all of those sadness feelings, but guilt as an emotion and feeling is not there, because I don't feel I'm doing anything wrong by stepping out of my house and going to work. I have no negative feelings towards doing that. So this is why I say that I don't feel guilty. And I genuinely feel that if a lot of moms can, or if a lot of moms unpack their feelings, they will find that guilt is not one of them actually. I think guilt is just a kind of,
I don't think it's a right word actually.
Yeah, it's a wrong word. Mom guilt is like this, it's like an at-large expectation, it's basis of someone else's expectation on what a perfect mother is. You're like, oh, I'm a working mom, I'm a shit mom, I feel guilty. Oh, I'm a stay-at-home mom, I'm not good enough, I feel guilty. Oh, I'm this kind of mom, oh, I'm that kind of mom. There's nothing to feel guilty about. You are a great mom. Yes, and we'll end the episode with that all of you are great mothers. So Sasha, we have something for you here. Oh wow. And this is something for baby Naira. Wow, thank you so much. You're welcome. Oh my goodness. The gifts were all lying here, but I couldn't give it to you before. Oh wow. Thank you so much, Sahani. Thank you for doing this.